video, I'm going to teach you how to make an AI chatbot within 30 minutes or less. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to prompt. It's extremely beginner friendly. Let's dig in. To create a chatbot these days, it's a lot easier than you think. A lot of people tend to get intimidated and think that seems like a coder's thing or a developer, software developer thing. Trust me, I had the same preconceptions. Then I discovered these two pieces of software that work together to allow your business, or if you're an agency, your clients, to utilize the power of 24/7 AI chatbots. What's really cool about these softwares is that they're simple drag and drop softwares. There's no coding required. They really made it as easy as possible for you to get up and going. So why would you need a chatbot? Why would a business need a chatbot? Well, it's very simple. Data has shown, pull up the research, or ask ChatGPT, the faster that your business or client can respond to a lead, the more likely you're going to get that business. And a lot of these businesses, if it's yours or your clients, are not that great at lead follow-up and engaging with leads as soon as possible. Sometimes people don't even call back or forget to follow up, or miss a call, miss a DM, or they get back to it hours or days or even weeks later. So this simple tool that is cost effective and effective itself really fills in those gaps so that the business can get more clients, more customers, get more sales, book more calls, schedule more appointments. It's really, really awesome what this can do. So the two pieces of software that you're going to need are CloseBot and High Level. If you're not familiar with them, let me just walk you through them really quickly. If you check out my other channels, I have a deeper dive into each of these software so you can get a better understanding of their features and benefits. Okay, so this is CloseBot. CloseBot, in my opinion, is the best third-party service that offers a platform where you can build bots very fast and very little technical knowledge. The other software is High Level. High Level is a CRM where the conversations take place, where you store data, you generate leads. It's an all-in-one marketing platform. I'm not going to go over everything because I have other videos that showcase this. So be sure to check those out on the channel. High Level is going to be a tool we're going to use to work hand in hand with CloseBot to build out this bot. Now let's look at pricing. Okay, so for High Level, the price is pretty straightforward. They do offer you a 14-day trial, so you can try it out. If you don't like it, just cancel, and then you don't owe any money whatsoever. But they have the $97 plan, which gives you 3 accounts. So you can have 2 accounts for 2 clients, 1 for your agency, etc. So if you're an entrepreneur and you have several businesses, then you can fill those in. The $297 plan is for, agencies with unlimited accounts and things like that. So really most people are going to start off with the $97 and upgrade as they grow. For CloseBot, it's free, completely free to build your first bot. Okay. There's no gimmick. There's no hard on file. There's nothing that you have to do. It's completely free. It does have some limitations, but you can get a lot done with the free account, which is what we'll be using for this demonstration. But once you start using it, and if you do a lot of volume, you're going to want to upgrade to either the basic or standard user program. If you're an agency, you're probably going to go over here to the super user program. So to get started with CloseBot, we just click sign up. You'll see this page. You'll see all the raving reviews. I and myself am a raving fan of this software, and it tells you why. This is the tippy top of no-code chatbot building softwares. Okay, so once you signed up for CloseBot and High Level, this is what you should see on the CloseBot side. On the High Level side, once you go through all the prompts, you should see something like this, basically. So I'm not going to click through every little thing in CloseBot. Again, I have other videos that showcase every feature, every nook and cranny, so you're going to want to look at those. But to build the bot and get to the point of the demonstration, I'm going to show you where I would go to start building out my bot. So first things first, I'm going to go over here to modify bot, and I'm going to integrate it with my High Level account. So I go over here to integrate and I click add new. So have you log in. Once you log in, you should see something like this. Just go through it and hit next. Then you're going to look for your account that you want to assign. Assuming you've already created the account in High Level, we'll just pick this one that I'm not using currently. Now the integration is important because number one, we need the bot to be able to talk through high level, but also there's back end functionality that we need to allow so that we can successfully build our bot. Okay. So you'll see that the integration works when you go back over here to integrate. You click over here on the lead connector area. You'll see your account there. Fantastic. You're all set up, good to go. Once you upgrade your account in the future, you can add your own open AI API key, which will dramatically reduce the cost of your ChatGPT messages. For now, you're just using their credit system. And then same thing with Anthropic, which is just another AI service. Don't never really use Webhook, but if you want to, it's available. Okay, we're going to go back over here to general and just name your bot, right? So I'm going to say, I'm going to call this Steve Buys Cars. We'll name it Bob. So put a label, Steve Buys Cars. We'll name the bot, we'll name it Bob. And you're going to have some settings here that you can check out, hover over, it gives you a little description. You determine if you want to leave things on or off, et cetera, et cetera. And we hit save. Always hit save, because if you don't, you're just going to have to do it all over again. So once we hit save, we're good to go. Integration is good to go. Detect. These are just additional settings. Again, go through them, see if there's something that you would like. If you'd like a deeper dive, again, check out those videos that I have on my channel. Main. So this is where we set up basically the bot's personality and why it's having a conversation, et cetera, et cetera. So you can utilize this as a template, or you can build your own, or you can ask ChatGPT to generate you one as well. That's something you can do also. You work at, so you see these brackets right here? What it's doing is it's using this as a dynamic field where it can grab that information from your high level account and paste it in here. So as long as you fill out your high level business profile complete, you'll give it lots more data to work with. Over your business profile under settings, you're going to want to go through all of this and fill it out so that when the bot grabs it, it has that data. And then give it some information about your business. So this is a really short title that I developed, but you're going to want to give it as much information as possible. Pro tip, don't try to control how the bot behaves in this area. Just give it the basic information about the business and what you do, right? Hey, my business is Steve Buys Cars. We buy cars cash, no title needed. We pay cash and we tow for free. Okay. And then how to respond, you can add on to this or you can delete from it. I kind of leave it as is because it's pretty good. But if you want to give it some more personality, you can do that. How to respond. We don't offer dash for RVs, right? Let's say that's something that we don't. Once you've entered everything, hit save. Also, you can give the bot instructions on how to behave. You want to caring, approachable, friendly, unfriendly, or you can add your own, right? Rude. I want you to be rude, whatever personality trait you think is necessary, you can add that in there. And then finally, here's the most important part is the objectives. You're limited to a few objectives here and what you can do. Before a free bot, they give you a lot to work with. Okay, the first field is going to be name. The reason you want this is because sometimes somebody will submit an inquiry and you don't have their information. So if the bot doesn't have that, you want to make sure that it asks for that. So get lead's name, ideally first and last. And then as long as you have your high level integrated, you should see autofill updates here and select name and then click skip objective if field is already filled out. So if they came from a form or an opt-in of somehow and you already have that data, then you don't want the bot to ask again what the name is. You already have that. So let's skip it and then hit close when you're done. Hit save. Again, remember, save often because trust me, I've done it before. I've clicked off, come back, and I worked on a whole bot and I forgot to save. So don't do that. Email address, or you can do number. So if I click on phone, this will change. See right here. That's pretty cool. Skip, the other objects already filled out and then close. And here they have booking, which is great if you do appointments or in-home estimates, things like that. Then you can play with this feature. If that's not something you do, you just kind of want to get information and then your team will call that person and process the sale from there. You can do that as well. So if we want to change this, then we would say give information and say, okay, great, we'll get back to you. So inform the name that someone from our team, and I would change this to thanks or something for the inquiry. And then so add the name. So that merge tag you want to keep there because it can grab that person's information and say thanks, Roger. Somebody from our team will be in touch with you soon. So all by just changing from gather information to give information. At the end of these objectives, the last thing it'll do, it will say thank you. Somebody will contact you, and then I can set up a notification in high level to notify my team via email or text, something like that, right? But if you're appointment based, then you're going to want to click on calendar. and then select which calendar. Once you have it integrated, you'll be able to select calendars. There isn't one here, but let me go create one so I can show you, walk you through it. Give me just a minute. Okay, so I created a calendar in high level. I'm not going to walk you through that because that's not the point of the demonstration, but assuming you have a calendar in there, you're going to click on calendar booking, AI booking, and then select calendar. I have general calendar there that I created, and the bot will book an appointment conversationally, for whatever the inquiry is. So somebody's saying, hey, what's in my car? Thanks. What's your name? What's your phone number? Because I'm limited here on what I can put, I would need to unlock more features in order to get more data. But let's just say this works for now. I could ask, what type of car? Do you have a title? No title? How much are you looking to get for it? Does it have any damage? I can have the bot ask those things and auto update fields in high level for that. Let me show you what I mean. And so I can have the bot determine the year of the vehicle. I'll leave this prompt empty. I'll give it a title, year of vehicle. So now the bot will ask, what is the year of the vehicle? And then it will auto update that in my CRM. Now in the CRM, the settings area, which is the high level, you go to custom fields over here under settings. Here's where I'll generate anything I want to gather off of these conversations for the bot to use and for it to store in the system. So what I'll do is I'll add a field and I'll determine, is it a multiple drop down? So if they have multiple vehicles, I can say how many vehicles, let's just say, for example, or if it's a single drop, I only want to allow them to select one item out of a list, then it'll be a single drop down. If it's a yes or no question, I will do a radio select, right? Are you looking to get it sold ASAP? Yes or no? And they say yes, it'll mark it yes in my CRM. Say no, it'll mark it no. Or if I ask them how much do you want for it, I can give that a number. I said, give me a number or a monetary value. How much do you want for your car? Or it could be just a single line of text if it doesn't apply to those. If it's just something whatever they respond, I just wanted to input it in this field, I can do that, right? What's your motivation for selling? Boom, right there. Multi-line is for a longer response. You really don't use that in Closebot too much, or text apocalypse. So once let's say it's going to be a drop down single, hit next. I know this looks a little intimidating. Don't worry. If you click around, if you mess up, the software is not going to explode. Don't worry about it. So we're going to give this a name. Let's say color of vehicle. And then I want to put it under additional information in the CRM. Say, I'll just put a few colors here. Blue, lines, black, purple. I spell pink, yellow, red, orange. And I like to give it an other option just in case the bot doesn't know where to put the answer. I'll hit save. So now I just made a custom field. Okay. And go back to the bot, refresh the screen. And so I can pull the fresh data, go back to my objectives, and I say, instead of your vehicle, determine color of vehicle. And if I go to color of vehicle here, so it's telling me that it's going to try to figure out which one of these it is. And so we're going to leave that in there, and I'm going to show you how that's powerful. So with just those basic steps I took, I pretty much have built a box. I'm going to show you what I mean here in a second, as soon as it finishes loading. And now that it's loaded and saved, I'm going to test my bot here. Say hi. Cool. So we're here. Hi, what kind of car do you think of selling? I have a Toyota Camry. Great. What's your phone name? So I can undoubtedly great. What year is my Toyota Corolla? It's 2004. Awesome. Would you like to set up a quick 15-minute phone call to discuss details? Yes. Okay, I redid the bot and I selected a testing contact here. As you can see, it wants to conversationally book an appointment with me. That works. Okay, and so in high level, I would have a automation that lets me know as the business owner that I have a new appointment, but also confirms the appointment with the prospect via SMS and email. Okay. Again, I don't have that. I'm not going to go through that here. There's other videos if you want to learn on how to do that. Okay, so now we're looking on the other end of high level. As you can see, your vehicle is updated in the system here. And it goals accomplished. I'll let you know all the goals accomplished for the bot. But imagine I'm a business owner or a client and I look at this, so I'm making a call and I can see type of vehicle, year, what kind of damage they have, what they're asking for. And I can look at my lead list and determine, who I want to prospect, who I want to call, follow up with. Very, very powerful stuff. And the business person didn't have to have anybody work on this. They didn't have to do it. It frees up a lot of time. So you're just working with the best data possible. Really, really cool. Okay, here is my agency Closebot account. Because I have an agency account, I have all the features unlocked. So let's say you upgrade to one of the paid plans. Then you would unlock follow-ups, and I can do smart follow-ups. So if somebody says, I'm busy right now. I'm out of time right now. Can you give me a call back on Monday? The bot will recognize that and follow up on its own. And there's also ways you can have the bot follow up for you inside High Level. I have another video on how to do that. Just watch my close bot tutorial video that's on my account. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We did that in just under 30 minutes, really. So what do you think? Was setting up a bot pretty easy? I think so. We did it in a few clicks. We did it without coding. We did it without prompting. And we had real world use cases where we could utilize it. Now you can inject this into your website as a chat widget using High Level. You can have it respond to your social media inboxes, Facebook and Instagram. You can have it be a form response. So like somebody fills out a form, have High Level text a person, and when they respond, the bot jumps in. Okay. So many different ways for you to utilize this incredible software. What kind of bot are you thinking about building? Let me know in the comments. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video. Other than that, thanks so much for sticking around. I wish you tons and tons of success. Take care.